And hey, this is Dani K coming to you from DKTV, talking to you and trying to help you out with your fitness journey, talking to you about fitness, your fitness goals, any questions about fitness or nutrition that you have, bring them on, and I will do my best to answer them. Anybody got anything? I do have 2 questions written down, but I want to make sure that y'all, if y'all that are live with me have any questions, I want to answer those first.
All right, so let's start. Let's open it up to the people we have that join the call with us. Does anybody have any general health, fitness, anything, any type of questions for Dani heading into the wonderful Christmas holiday that we have upcoming here?
I have a question, but it kind of steps outside of the realm of her gym, but a little bit more about what she does.
That is unacceptable.
Hey, Dani, you support everybody with health and fitness and everything else, but I know since I've known you, you've been a huge supporter of Relay for Life. So what is it that you plan on doing here in the upcoming future with Dani K Gym and Wellness and Relay?
Yeah, so about that. Got this thing called Train the Trainer. So I'm selling tickets, $10 a pop, to train me. Whoever wins, and Carrie's bound and determined to win this, but whoever wins gets to train me for an hour. So, so it's a way to, just kind of have fun, but encourage people, to help me out with my goal and journey with Relay for Life and raising money to stop this horrible disease. So, if anybody wants to buy any tickets and try and beat Carrie out and try and train me,
it won't happen.
Yeah.
She's determined.
Right.
I love it. So Train the Trainer, people get an opportunity to buy tickets. Proceeds go directly to Relay for Life, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
That's awesome. Yeah. That is extremely badass that you're out there supporting such a good cause. I love it.
Yeah. I put myself out there all the time. As I say, I pimp myself for Relay. So whatever it is, I will do it. A couple of years ago, I wore a pink Orioles shirt and raised $1,000 for Relay. 1, I don't like Orioles, and 2, I don't like pink. So, well, I like Pink the singer. I don't like Pink the color.
Ooh,
so,
sounds like we got some upcoming bets up here for the next baseball season upon us.
It's not like when you wear orange and pink to the gym.
Yeah, no, or purple. No.
Sorry, I like the O's.
Yeah, and I appreciate that.
Carrie, that was great. I appreciate you bringing that up because, Dani, I know we've all talked about how you're local there in the community, but, that's just not a local community thing. That's a nationwide program. So, yes, it is a horrible disease. I appreciate you stepping up and supporting the cause, as well as I know your personal story that you have involved there. So, what else we got? Carol, you got any questions for Dani tonight?
I do. I actually submitted mine earlier.
Yes,
you did?
Yes. I did.
Look at this.
You want to go ahead and ask it, Carol?
Teacher's pet over here.
It was about breathing.
Right.
Like when you, is there really truly a proper way? Does it affect your workout, the results, etc., etc.?
Yeah. So the main thing when you're lifting is you want to exhale on the exertion, and that's with crunches, with lifting weights, and the reason is. You kind of want to think of your belly as a balloon. So if you inhale, your belly is big like a balloon. So, and then if you hold your breath and do, like a lat pull down or chest press or push up or a crunch, you're actually training your belly to protrude, to be outward. So if you exhale and kind of let the air out of your balloon, so to speak, then you're training your belly to be flat. Everybody wants a flat belly. So it is very important to have your breathing techniques down, for that, especially when you're doing crunches and stuff. I did have, a couple of people through my years of training that did not, before I got to them, they were breathing incorrectly, and so they had this protruding belly. They couldn't get rid of this belly, and so when I was training them, and I was like, let's rearrange this breathing. because they weren't breathing correctly. So then actually we saw their belly, going flatter. So yes,
It really makes that big of a difference?
Yes, yes.
So is that why the guys at your gym make those noises when they they're lifting?
The guys at my gym don't really grunt all that much. But
I don't know. You
I
gotta
always
go
yell at them and say breathe because they need to breathe. But yeah, I mean, even grunting, it's not breathing. So it's still not exhaling all the way through that lift. And actually, when you breathe, like when you swim and you're buoyant, when you're breathing, like when you're floating and you breathe, that helps you stay buoyant. So it's the kind of same thing. It makes you light. So when you're breathing, it gives you like a light sense of your body and more power to exert out. For instance, when they do karate and the kids go kia when they get hit in the stomach or when they go to punch, they're exerting. They're like exhaling. So it's very important. If they don't kia when they get hit in the belly, they're going to get their wind knocked out of them. So breathing is definitely very, very important.
So you exhale when you lift up a weight?
Yeah, when you're exerting, when you're doing the actual lift.
And then when you let it go, you inhale.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the opposite.
Technically, I try and exhale through the whole lift, especially when I'm doing my abs. I'll inhale through the up crunch and back down, and then I'll inhale, and then I'll exhale up and down, and then so it's easier to do that on a crunch. But yeah, I mean, if you're doing a lat pull down, and then inhale, and then inhale.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, so you always want to exhale
when you're doing cardio.
When you're doing cardio, you just suck and win and just go for it.
Does gum chewing affect your workout?
Well, if you're running and you suck in air and you suck your gum down into your belly, that might not be a good thing. I would say if you're, I mean, either way, I personally wouldn't chew gum when you're lifting or when you're running, because you do have that tendency to kind of lose track of what you're doing and, and it goes down through your, and then I'm going to have to perform the hiney lick remover, and it's just not going to be good.
Wow.
Wow.
You have another gum. Yeah, that's not going to be pretty sight.
Yeah. So take the gum out, throw it in the trash can, not in the treadmill. Throw it in the trash can. Yeah.
That's funny, though, that you bring up that question with the whole breathing thing, because a lot of people, I think, especially when they're lifting, like doing bicep curls or something like that, a lot of people tend to hold their breath because they think it kind of gives them more energy, or they just forget, they lose focus on how important the breathing is.
Right.
Along with that question, we had a question come in on the Facebook post about hydration during the workout. How important is that to stop and take the water breaks or stay properly hydrated during the workout? We talked last week about the post-nutrition and eating before the workout, but what about during? How do you hydrate yourself during the workout?
Well, with me, I have 3 bottles of water. Of the two, it's like, I guess 2 glasses. It's like 16 ounces or whatever. So me personally, I make sure all 3 of those are done within my hour of workout. So it is very important to stay hydrated, and not just a sip here or there, like a giant guzzle, it helps the hydration, it helps, keeping the energy up, it helps, with just the flow of the muscles, and, if you're not hydrated, you're going to be kind of sluggish and so forth.
Does that go towards your daily water count?
Of course it does.
Okay, I was just wondering.
Yeah. But and there it is very easy, to get like for me, I make sure that when I wake up, I get 2. I drink one of those the bottles, which is 2 glasses. So I drink one of those right when I get up. So that's going to hydrate you. That's going to start your kidneys and just all that function of your organs from being sedentary all night. And then, I try and get, at least a glass, 2 glasses with my, when I take my vitamins. And then when I'm in the gym doing my hour workout, I get 2, 3 more of those bottles. So that's 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6. Yeah, six glasses right there. You know, so how many is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that's about 10 glasses of water that I'm getting in already. And then for me personally, for my hydration, for my being, I need 13 to 14 glasses per my body weight. So, you know, I'm pretty much on my way of getting all of my water in.
Can you overhydrate?
You can overhydrate. I mean, you want to do like an ounce per pound, but you don't want, I mean, you want an ounce per pound throughout the day, not in 2 hours, like that one. It was several years ago. There was a competition. They were trying to raise money or something. It was 2 DJs. And they were trying to drink the most water. Who could drink the most water before they had to go to the bathroom or something like that. And the female DJ ended up dying because she drank, I can't even remember how much water she drank, but like within an hour and a half, you know, and so she drowned. So, I mean, you can overhydrate. Now, for me also, back when I first started working out, I was, you know, water, oh, it's great, and no salt, you know. So I was thinking, oh, I'm doing my body something good. Well, my blood pressure, my personal blood pressure is low. So I need at least 1 meal a day with some sort of salt to it. And so what I was doing back then, I was causing myself a whole bunch of vertigo and dizzy spells because I was overhydrated. I was getting like 22, 23 glasses of water plus no salt. So I was throwing, you know, everything into a tizzy. So I backed off the water, and I realized from knowing my body, I realized that I needed at least 1 meal a day with salt.
To help them practice invading houses. So I put a bunch of cardboard cutouts on their lawn.
What's
Fun.
going
on? I didn't hear you, Carol. What was that?
I don't think it was Carol. I think
it's not me.
Okay.
Maybe it might be Colleen.
Yeah, I think we brought it up last week, and I think we even talked about it the week before about these people going, you know, just going on the internet and kind of searching this stuff and developing their own plans. I mean, what you just brought up there, each person's needs are so unique. I mean, it really seems like it's more and more important to actually sit down with somebody that knows what the hell they're talking about and really get your plan specifically together, not just for the workout, but for the nutrition as well. Because, I mean, just like you said, you know, you caused yourself other health issues by trying to, you know, structure it a certain way, and you've been through those lessons and kind of learned those things. I think too many people now are reading articles off the internet and acting like they're experts on their own health, and then they go in the gym and wonder why they're not getting results.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, you know, it's almost like, you know, you take that information with a grain of salt, you know, but you have to weed out the information that's good for you personally, and you have to, you know, try and realize, you know, the information that is good for yourself. Not everything, like you always say, Jeff, it's not a cookie cutter recipe. You know, for me, for Carol, for Carrie, for you, Jeff. I mean, everybody's a different kind of, you know, animal. So, you know, you're going to need different things, different proteins, different carbs. You know.
I like it. I think it's important, like you said, to get that specific structure for yourself so that you're not just going through it and freeballing it and then wondering why you're not getting the results.
Right.
Any other questions from the audience before I start hitting the ones that were pre-asked? And then, Danny, I think you said you had one other one that was asked to you as well.
Yep.
What do we got? Carol, you got anything else?
Oh, I always have questions.
Go for it. That's what we're here for.
God, what was my question today I thought about? I mean, I think it goes along the lines of, you know, you can't go on the internet, or just because one person's doing something and it's working for them, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's working for you.
Right.
You know, I know so many of my guy friends that are in the gym for 2 hours at a time, and it just blows me away that that's 2 hours of their day that they're wasting in the gym.
Right.
And is that really going to get you results?
Nah. Most of the time you'll find that guys are going to overtrain because they want to be bigger, better, faster, stronger. So they feel that, you know, in order to, you know, to get a huge chest, they're going to have to do, you know, not only the dumbbell presses, but the barbell presses. you know, and then, you know, possibly the Smith machine, you know. So I mean, they're doing like 3 or 4, well, I say 2 or 3 different kinds of flat presses, 2 or 3 kinds of different incline presses. You know, I mean, they're overtraining. So what happens when you overtrain is, one, not only do you get tired and fatigued, but you stop the growth of your body. So if they would, and it's that male ego, if they would just kind of slack back a little bit and just
Hey
male.
now.
Jeff, you're excluded. Not, I mean, you are a male, but you don't have that male ego. You know, I mean, and I'm guilty of it. I was guilty of it in some points, especially like with my shoulders, and I've toned my shoulder workout down. I mean, I would do a straight arm lat raise, I would do a bent arm lat raise, I would do a rear delt this way, I would do a rear delt that way, I would do a shrug this way, shrug that way. I would, you know, so I was frying myself out, and I was like, you know what? But to the same point, then I was scared. I'm like, oh my gosh, what if I only do 1 lat raise or, you know, 1 rear delt? Oh my God, I'm going to get small. No, because actually I can lift heavier with that one exercise and actually improve and increase, and I'm not fatigued, and my body is not, you know, overtraining. So I'm actually seeing, you know, results. That's what was happening to me a few weeks ago. I just felt like I wasn't losing, or I wasn't, I was actually losing muscle is what I felt I was doing. And so basically what I was doing was I was doing my weights with my intervals, and I was doing 8-minute Tabatas. So for my body and the furnace that I have already created of burning fat and so forth, I was actually burning muscle. So now I don't do the intervals anymore. So I do 4 minutes before, except for on leg day, I do 4 minutes of Tabatas before my workout. I do my workout, I just lift it heavy, and I go from exercise to exercise, and then I do 4 minutes at the end. That seems to be, you know, great. It's working good for me. I don't feel like I'm eating my muscle, and I don't feel so fatigued and tired, like, oh my God, I got to go to the gym and work out. I've got to, oh my God, this is crazy. You know, so now I'm just like, oh, all I have to do is this, boom, boom, and I'm seeing the results.
How do you do that? I mean, how do you divide your Tabatas up? I mean, because I know when I do it at the end, like, I kind of want to throw up some days.
Well, and that's what.
And they say that that's natural. They say that Tabatas does make you nauseous, right. And you know, but like, how do you divide it and then go to lift your weights?
It just works for me. You know, it's actually a good warm-up for me. And some days I can't do it, because if I get into the gym, some days I have like a specific hour right before my client. So if I'm there a little bit late or something goes on at the gym, you know, where, you know, I have to tend to that first as I walk in, I'm not able to do my 4 minutes beforehand. So then I do lift my weights heavy. I do my 4 minute Tabatas, and then after my client, then I'll do another 4-minute Tabata. So sometimes I break it up. I don't like to break it up too much like that, but sometimes I do.
But you don't do a straight 8.5.
No, I used to, but like I said, I felt like it was, you know, along with the intervals and everything, it was just tearing me down, tearing down my muscle. So, yeah.
You have to throw up for it to be a good workout, don't you?
Exactly. Unless you faint, puke, or die, keep moving.
Right. All right, so Danny, what was the question that was asked of you before?
Laura wrote in, said she wasn't going to be able to be on tonight, but she had a question about fitness apps. She wants to know if there's any suggestion on what the best, you know, app for tracking food or fitness is. So there's a whole bunch out there. I do like Julia Michaels' Slim, I think it's Slim Down. Fitness, what is it? My Fitness Pal is pretty good. But I like Julia Michaels' Slim Down, because it actually, as you're plugging it in, if you scroll down, you actually see what you're supposed to have. No, what you do have, and then what you're supposed to have. And then there's a bar that goes across. So it's actually showing you, you know, and not just proteins and carbs and all that, but it shows you sodium and a couple other things I can't remember. However, I am working on, or Jeff is working on, my app, which then that would be the best app to track food and fitness on.
There we go.
So So we're waiting for that. But yeah, I mean, there's a few out there, but you know, me personally, just because of the way Jillian's is set up, because for me, like if I do a meal plan for my client, my protein grams are completely different than anybody, like any of those fitness apps out there. And so, you know, like if I tell you to have, you know, I don't know, 137 grams of protein, and if MyFitnessPal or Jillian's app only says you should only have, you know, 102, well, you know, I want you to, like with Jillian's, when she has that bar going across, even though Jillian might only say you need 102, you can actually, it'll actually bar across, and it might take you into the red like you're having too much, but it'll actually show you that you're up to 137 where I said you should be. So that's why I kind of like that, because it actually shows you what the amounts that you are indeed getting.
How do you up your protein like that?
I mean, especially for women, it's hard, but I mean, protein shakes, egg whites, chicken, fish, of course, proteins by anything, any like white meats, anything that swims or flies. You know,
how many protein shakes you have to drink a day to get that?
Well, you tend to try to do the food more so. The protein shakes are just a supplementation. You don't want to do a liquid diet. You know, you want to actually have your body chewing things so that your body can actually, you know that digestion period. So a lot of times when people go on those liquid diets per se, and they go off of it, they go on to eating real food, their body doesn't know how to break it down. Their body doesn't know, it's like, well, what the hell are you doing? You know, it's got to actually now work extra because it doesn't know, it hasn't known this work for a couple of months. So now what happens is you're going to gain weight, and then you're going to, oh, I'm going to go back to that liquid diet because that worked before. No, you just tricked your body into doing something that it didn't have to do before. So now it has to do it, and you didn't gradually bring that back in. So, you know, protein shakes are just supposed to be supplementation just in case you can't eat all of your protein.
So, like, walk me through your protein. Like, what do you do to get your protein in a day? Let's say, how many grams of protein do you eat a day?
Well, I'm 115 to 117 pounds, so I try and get that in. So, you know, egg whites, you know, grilled chicken breasts. I mean, I have it up here. Like, I haven't had to, like, I follow my meal plan. I don't know exactly, right, you know, but a grilled chicken breast is 20 grams of protein. So, you know, that's, and then, like, in the morning I have 1 whole egg and 4 egg whites. So each egg, the whole egg is 6 grams of protein, and then the egg whites are about 4, like 3.7. I just say 4, easy numbers. So, you know, right there with 4 times 4, that's 16, plus the other 6, you know, that's how many grams of protein that I'm getting for breakfast. You know, and then trying to get that in for, you know, just spacing it out for lunch and then for dinner, that kind of thing.
I like it. While you're eating the egg whites, though, do you have the Rocky theme playing in the background? That's a critical question.
No, because they're not raw.
Oh, they're not raw.
Yeah, I did that on a dare when I was, like, I don't know, 10 years old. My sister said she was going to give me $5 to drink it down, and I drank it. I drank it down, but she didn't give me the $5. So.
Of course not.
What the hell? She's like, I didn't think you were going to actually do it. I'll do anything for $5.
All right, that's the quote of the night right there. I will do anything for $5.
Can I take that back?
We might have to do a little video editing at the end of this.
Oh, dear.
All right, so let's hit you off with some questions that were asked on Facebook. I know we talked last week a lot about the holidays and the parties and everything like that.
Right.
Is it okay during Christmas to take a week off to get ready for the new year?
A week? No.
Okay.
I mean, working out and nutrition-wise, no, it's not okay to take a week off. And actually, Carrie and I had a discussion. She wanted extremely strict meal plan for, you know, like a 10-week process. So I was like, okay, here's what you're going to do. And it's extremely strict, extremely bland. Um, you know, so I thought, you know, have you started yet? She's like, no, I'm going to start after Christmas. Let me get through to Christmas. No, I kept yelling at her today. No, don't wait. And then I said, what did my YouTube video say today? Procrastination. Do not procrastinate. Don't put off what you can do today. Don't put off till tomorrow what you can do today. So, you know, I mean, you know, even working out, even if you're going to work out and eat crappy all week, you know, at least you're doing something to still burn those extra calories, you know. I mean,
Yep.
you can put on anywhere between 5 and 10 pounds just in the Christmas holiday. You know, so if you're working out and you're eating crappy, I'm not justifying the crappy eating, and I'm not saying that it's okay to eat crap, but if you're working out and you're eating crap, you probably won't gain, or maybe you only gain like a pound or two. If you don't work out and you eat crap, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be January saying, oh my God, why the hell did I do that? I'm not going to do that next year.
Mm-hmm.
The famous, I got too drunk and I'm not going to do that next weekend, and then next weekend you're still hugging the porcelain god because you didn't remember and you didn't listen. So nobody ever learns.
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens. All right, enough about the Christmas and eating horrible. I know it seems like you talk to a lot of people that are trying to lose weight. As far as nutrition plans that you work out for people, what about people that are trying to gain weight? Is there a healthy way to do that, or is it just as simple as increasing my calories?
No, there's definitely a healthy way of doing that. You don't want to just eat crap. And that, again, tends to be that male mindset, that male ego, that, you know, I'm just going to... Well, most women don't want to gain weight, so, you know.
I don't think I've ever heard a woman say, I want to gain weight.
Well, back a couple of years ago, I wanted to go from wherever I was, like 105 or 10 or whatever. I wanted to get up healthily to 115. But my body wasn't going to do that. But then it finally did do it. So I'm there. I'm kind of happy about it. But so yeah, I mean, you know, a few years ago, when I worked at one of the gyms, we did this contest where you could pick where you wanted to lose body fat or gain weight and muscle weight. So we did everybody's body fat, and so you were in. Most of the guys picked the ones where, you know, they wanted to try and win the gain weight, and the women did most of the women did the want to lose weight. But we did it body fat wise. We did not do it weight wise, because I wanted everything healthy. So the one guy said, oh, I'm just going to eat, you know, gallons of ice cream every night. Well, no, because you're going to gain fat. And then when I go to test your body fat, you're not going to win. Yeah, the scale's going to be up, but your body fat's going to be up too. So when you're trying to gain weight, you want to gain weight, you know, and I always start guys out like at least a gram per pound. And depending on what they are, maybe, and then eventually we'll go up to 1.5 grams per pound. And then slowly, gradually move the calories up. So you don't want to say, oh, you know, I'm going to eat healthy and eat 5,000 calories every single day. It's not going to work, because if you eat too much too fast, you're going to gain fat. So we want to gain muscle. So we want to do it gradually, because, you know, Jeff, if I'm trying to do a meal plan for you to gain weight, to gain, you know, muscle or whatever, you might say, oh, I want to do 5,000. Well, maybe at 3,000, 3,500 calories is your peak great prime calorie thing, where you're increasing, you know, and doing some good gains. But if we take you up to 5,000 just to jump everything, you might put on, you know, like the belly fat and all that stuff. So we want to do it gradually and slowly.
I like it. I think that's it's important. It's just like you said, fine-tuning it, not just you know, trying to go in and just eat more.
Right.
As far as workout routines, are there different workout routines for someone that's trying to lose weight versus gain weight, and how do you structure those?
Yeah. So if you're you know, female or male, if you're trying to lose weight, you know, obviously, you know, I'm going to try, you know, to interject the intervals and the Tabatas, that kind of thing. If you were, you know, so overweight that you can't do the Tabatas, then we just do slower cardio. If you have some, major aches and pains that you can't do certain Tabatas or whatever, then we have to do slower cardio. If you're trying to gain weight, yes, especially with guys, you don't want to do a lot of cardio. You still want to do some cardio. So I might say, a couple of days of, 4-minute Tabatas just to kind of get that going, and be heart healthy and burn some fat. But you want to lift heavy without the cardio, so that you're gaining that muscle. So yes, there are two different, couple of different ways to doing things.
Gotcha. That's really all the. Go ahead.
Is there a way to lose weight without doing cardio?
Yes, but cardio will speed it up. So I mean, if we, like I have a guy that he has a lot of aches and pains in his knees and stuff like that, and he's overweight, so he cannot move that fast. So what I've done right now was put him on a very low calorie diet, nothing lower than 1,200, did worked around the protein and the good carbs, not the bad carbs. So he just came in today and told me that he lost 4 pounds. So you can lose weight without the workouts, but the workouts is what speeds things up. It's what's going to burn your fat faster. It's what's going to speed your metabolism up. It's what's going to keep, get a furnace burning and keep a furnace burning. So, it's important to do it.
It's not that I don't want to work out. I just want to know if I have to do my cardio days.
Nobody likes cardio.
Right?
I actually had a lung injury, and Dani has me do cardio, and there are days that it's extremely tough for me to handle it. However, the cardio has been one of the most positive things for me at actually keeping my lungs going.
Really? That's amazing.
Yeah.
She's just trying to kiss up to Dani.
No.
I hate cardio day too, but back in the day, before I even knew anything about Tabatas, that's what I did. I did my 1 hour of weights. So you're lucky in this aspect that you have me. But I did 1 hour of weights, and then I did 45 minutes of long ass cardio. So that's pretty much 2 hours. And now, through all the studies and everything like that, we found that the HIIT training, the intervals, the Tabatas, we can be more efficient, work harder within that hour, and we don't have to spend 2 hours or whatever in the gym to get the same results, or we even get better results because we've learned that doing these HIIT training and the Tabatas and all this kind of new style training, that it actually works better. So.
I still hate it.
Suck it up, Buttercup. Suck it up,
I'm sucking it up.
Love it. That is all the questions that I had. Dani, if you had anything else to add in closing, we're just over a half hour right now. So
awesome.
I mean, it was again another awesome time just hanging out with you, learning some different things. I know some takeaways for me was just with the nutrition, especially for me, because I'm in a position where I'm not trying to lose weight. I'm trying to maintain or even gain a little bit. Like you said, with the 3,000 or 5,000 calories. I mean, to me, it would just make sense just to eat more, but it's not always about just eating more. It's about maybe just fine tuning what I'm already eating. So, Carol or Carrie, anything else?
Nope, I just say anyone out there with that train a trainer, you guys need to come on out there and back that one up, because that one's going to be a fun day.
I love it. It is going to be a fun day and for a great cause too.
Yeah.
What day is it that you're going to pick?
Well, I picked February 7th, but Miss Hoo-Hoo over here that says she's going to win is going to be in Peru, Gay Petty.
Oh, no.
So that's Gay Perry, not Peru.
Gay Peru. But so she says, you have to move it, because if I win, I know I'm going to win, so you have to move the date. So I'm going to have to look at the calendar again and maybe just move it up or move it back a week or whatever, however you say that, move it up to the next week. So it's in February, let's put it that way.
Yeah, I want to.
we are going to get some virtual participation with this.
Oh,
Because
awesome.
it is for a good cause.
Well, and we're
So
gonna sell tickets.
as well.
We're gonna sell tickets to watch too. You ain't gonna come in there and watch my ass getting kicked for free.
All I have to say is you better beef it up because it's going to be hard to kick her ass.
see what you need to do is support me. You could go ahead and buy a ticket from me.
I will.
Definitely make sure I kick her ass. There you go.
Yeah.
And I promise you a good show with it.
Love it.
Deal.
Love
I'll buy a ticket for you.
There you go.
That is a deal. I'm in. I will as well.
Make her do cardio.
Awesome. We
Right.
take care of it. I
Lots
promise.
and lots and lots of cardio. All right.
Oh, dear.
Other than that, I'm good. I didn't have any other questions
Awesome.
come in.
Okay.
I think you've answered everybody's questions. So if you got any closing thoughts you want to throw out there?
Just wish everybody a safe and healthy and happy Merry Christmas, and thank you for joining. And next time, make sure you write down your questions and get them all in there. But no, and share everything with your friends. Try and get more people on.
Yeah, if you know anybody that you think would benefit from the show, please share it on Facebook. Just click the share button right below the video. You can share that there. It is public, so anybody will have access to watch it. And look forward to seeing everybody next week.
Oh, and then you'll have my contact information below, right, Jeff?
Yep, absolutely. So they can reach out to you directly with any other questions.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you guys so much.
Bye.
All right.
See you tomorrow morning.
Bye. You have a
Bye.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Have a good
Christmas.
night.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.